This is a video for training for a driver at Transport Distribution Company on our IVG Qualcomm for messaging. We use messaging predominantly for dispatch. You'll see this desktop on this screen is a touch screen. If we just go into messaging, you'll see there are 3 tabs: an inbox, an outbox, and a compose tab. The inbox shows a copy of all the incoming messages, and we'll want to scroll to the top to see the latest timestamp message. Outbox is a copy of everything that the driver has sent out back to his dispatcher, and a compose is a copy of all these macros, what we call macros or pre-built messages that we use. They're in the order that you would send them into your dispatcher. We'll get to that in a moment. Looking at the inbox, we'll go to the top to get our latest load assignment. A load assignment is a dispatch. When you open up the load assignment, you'll see our trip number, load number 1178335 in this case. We use that number throughout our building, payroll, billing, dispatch. Number of stops on this load shows as 0 extra stops. That means there's only one place to load and one place to deliver. The shipper in this case, the machine calls it the load at. We're going to load at Solo Cup in this case in University Park, Illinois. You get their address, their phone, and if we'll page down, we'll see on this line there's a pickup date and time is what that's abbreviating. The pickup date in this case is December 30th from 7 a.m. till December 30th at 3 p.m. We always use military time. The pickup number in this case is blank. Occasionally there'll be pickup number there or a bill of lading number in that field. That could be your pickup number today. And then it talks about preloaded or current trailers. Trailer 1 is your current trailer. That should be the trailer that is hooked to your truck going into this customer. That's what you're dragging now. Trailer 2 might show a trailer if it were preloaded and the customer told us what trailer it was preloaded on, we would put that trailer in trailer 2. Trailer 3, our system does not use. We're going to deliver this load to the consignee, which is ABC Supply on Talmadge in St. Louis, Missouri. We'll give you their phone, and the delivery date and time is December 31st from 7 a.m. till 7 a.m. That would indicate an appointment. We don't use the driver load or unload fields. The loaded and empty pay miles on this load, 282 loaded miles, 282 empty miles. TDC, we use PC Miler's most recent version of Practical Miler, so those are interstate miles. Comments, there could be as many as 18 lines of comments you should read through when you get your dispatch. Usually a pickup number is in the bottom of the comments. So now let's say we need directions to that shipping customer. So we'll touch the Compose tab. Page down to macro 8 is our request for directions. When we open it up, request for directions, it wants a code. It says enter S for the shipper, C for the consignee, B for both, or you could put a stop number for the additional stops if this load had extra picks or drops. In this case, maybe I'll put an S for the shipper's directions. This keyboard icon will hide the keyboard. The send command is ready to go underneath. Hit send and yes to send. Now that goes to our computer system and fires directions right back to the truck. If we go back to the inbox, we'll see some customer directions. Although our directions generally take 5 minutes to come to the truck, we'll open up the directions. TDC, we start our directions from an interstate exit. In this case, you'll see I-57 to exit 335. And we'll have good directions into the customer. We typically try to put overnight parking as a yes or no on our customer directions. So I recommend getting directions for every customer. Now let's say we drove to Solo Cup to pick up this load. When we arrive at Solo Cup, you'll want to report back that you've arrived at the shipper. So we'll compose, scroll to the top, because they're in the order you're going to send them. Macro 1 is arrived at shipper. Send that into dispatch. Now they've backed us into a dock. They got us loaded. We got our set of bills. We'll want to enter information off the bills. We'll do macro 2, the loaded call. Come on, loaded call. When you open it up, just fill in the fields. We do not use the driver load field, but you have to answer it. You can tab down to bill of lading, or you could touch the bill of lading field. Let's say we put in a bill number, put in our weight, our piece count off the bills, whether it be pallets or total pieces, doesn't matter to us. The seal number. Paid lumper is a yes or no question. I didn't pay a lumper to load me, so I'll say no. Page down. On the comment line, we'd like you to give us your ETA to delivery. In this case, we're delivering at 0700. Then it asks what trailer we dropped. We're not going to drop a trailer in today's example, but you could put the drop trailer, and then you will always confirm what trailer you are dragging now. There's my fake trailer. Move the keyboard and the send command I touched. Yes to send. Now your driver manager has your loaded information. This example, we did not have stop-offs. If you had stop-offs, you would do an arrival at stop 1. If you did.
A new message has arrived.
And if you had that stop off, you would also do a macro 4 to complete that stop. But this load only had one place to deliver, ABC Supply in St. Louis. So when we get to ABC Supply in St. Louis, we would arrive at Consignee and send it. These timestamps are important to us because you are paid detention off those timestamps. This IVG is a slow thinker. Sorry. We'll go back. Generally touch the icon once and let the machine think because they're very slow. When they got us empty, we'll do macro 6, the empty call. The driver unload, it's asking if you hand unloaded. We don't hand unload. Our bill of lading was number 123. We left 24,000 pounds at the delivery. We left all 18 pieces, let's say. Whoop. Our seal was number 456. We do not use hub reading. It'll error out the message if you put in a hub reading. Paid lumper is a yes or no. We have to answer yes or no's. Say no, I didn't pay a lumper. We don't use comments on the empty call. If you dropped the trailer at the customer, you would tell us what trailer you dropped. But in my scenario, we're keeping 4802. And if drop trailer is ERL, we do not use. So we'll hide the keyboard. Whoop. I would hit send and then yes to send. The screen's touchy. I'm making some errors. We don't use daily hours of service on this screen because we use the LDs instead. Macro 8, we got directions earlier with macro 8. Macro 9 you don't need because we will send you your payroll on Wednesdays. Macro 11 is a T call or terminate call. If we had you relay, swap, drop,
A new message has arrived.
or split this load at a yard rather than empty it, we would say we T call it at the yard. So if you T call this load at the Joplin yard, when you get to the Joplin yard, you just open that up. You don't fill it out because satellite tells us the location, and send it to us. If it were after hours, the night dispatcher would see that you have T-called, so he would dispatch your next load on you. There's a few other macros at the bottom we don't use. We do use macro 0, freeform. Freeform, you could just tell your dispatcher anything. These messages only go to your dispatcher. You can free type anything in that case. We generally have you report what empty you grabbed in just a free form message. Thanks for watching.